Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about this, I think, mindset game that a lot of people are playing when it comes down to investing in the stock market. We've made the idea, we've planted the seed multiple times of not investing for today, but investing for the future. But that's I think a very easy concept to say, but a more difficult concept to grasp, right? And what I mean by that is there's so many new traders, right? First of all, for those that are not familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel and private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. It's called TechBot Solutions. We have a little bit over 165,000 members within our free Facebook group. That's that third link in the description. And on top of that, we have over 405,000 subscribers within our YouTube platform. And the most amazing thing that I truly do think that has acted as a positive catalyst for my success was when I was able to consistently grow my account, not just to think about what the profits on a daily basis were bringing me, but when I set my goal of the $2,500 a week, right, and the $10,000 to $12,500 a month, what am I using that capital for? What drives me, right? I've talked about multiple times, a very popular video I made last month or earlier this month is talking about the three biggest sacrifices that I made when it came down to becoming one of the youngest millionaires here in Gilbert, Arizona. And the thing that I think so many people talk about is, hey, I want to be successful and I want to use I just want to reach over $1 million, but I have no direction. I have no drive to get me there. And a lot of you guys are so motivated by the idea of either a materialistic thing or money. And I can see how some people might view that as a negative catalyst, but it's whatever sparks your interest. So for my example, when I was 14 and I was watching the Fast and Furious movies, watching the Fast and Furious movies and seeing the GTR, that's what sparked my interest that, hey, I need to work harder to be able to afford a GTR. But there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of you guys, we've talked about identifying what motivates you, what you're willing, identify your sacrifices, identify what you are willing to give up for the greater good. A lot of you guys said that you wanted, I was reading the comments in that video, and some of you guys were talking about that you wanted to work very hard and become successful to provide for your own family. I think that's that's worth sacrifices. When it comes down to investing in the stock market, and some of you guys saying that my drive and my motivation is to be able to pay off my parents' property, my parents' house, so they don't have to work anymore, right? To be able to provide for your family, for your parents. I think that's an amazing drive and motivation to have. A lot of you guys were saying that, hey, my goal is to be able to buy this car or to buy my dream house. To be a lot of people that were commenting in that video were also saying, hey, part of my motivation comes to being financially free and financially responsible, meaning that I don't have to worry and live paycheck to paycheck. We all have different drives, and I don't know how easy this would be for some of you, but I think one of the most difficult parts right now for a lot of people that are just getting started is it's very easy for them to say, hey, what drives me? But their actions don't speak as loud as their words. And what I mean by that is one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of new traders make is they try to profit as much as possible today. And the whole concept, you're going to have to watch a little bit more of my videos, but the whole concept is having a reason every time that you buy and every time that you sell. Having a reason that, why it's so important to lock in profits, why it's so important to not try to buy the dip without any indication of a reversal. There's a huge catalyst that I really do think that this little concept can really just trying it out. Again, I know that this could be pretty broad and it doesn't just have to be with investing in the stock market. The stock market is a little bit more volatile, so it's a little bit more active. So I think it could act as more of a positive catalyst, and I'm going to try to lead by example. I'm going to talk about, what motivates me, why I'm working so hard and why I'm working so much to achieve, I think, my next tier, my next form of success. And I'm going to identify, what motivates me and the reason that I lock in profits so consistently, the reason that I'm so willing to, just avoid certain stocks because the risk isn't worth it, because it's not going to benefit my future, is because of the greater good, because I'm going to have that picture of what of the reason that I'm either taking that position or not taking that position every single time that I trade. So for those that are saying I want to work really hard to be able to provide for my family, to then maybe have a picture of your parents, right? A picture of your parents right next to you, and to remind yourself every single morning when you wake up to trade that it's for them, not for yourself. So if you're being greedy, it's for that you're not here to lock in profits for yourself, but it's for them and for the house that you plan to pay off for them. If it's for your family, then to have a picture of your family right next to you. If it's for a car, again, there's nothing wrong with having something that drives you that's materialistic, right? I had a picture of a GTR. I had a little GTR model. It's what instilled so much motivation in me. If that's what drives you and that's what motivates you, if that's what really gets you going in the morning, then put that picture next to you. So every time that you take a position, before you actually buy, you ask yourself, is this a position that's going to take me one step forward to be able to buy that GTR? Or is it hype? Is it manipulation? Is it a pump and dump that I'm following? And is it probably not something that I should invest in based on what I'm trying to work towards? Maybe you should put a picture of your girlfriend or your significant other, right next to your trading station. So you're reminded every single morning how important it is to not trade for yourself, but for those that you're trying to provide. And the second thing that I think that would be very important is to also list the series of mistakes that you make on the day-to-day basis. So when you're about to take a position, again, visually, when you're about to take your position, you can look to your left or you can look to your right, depending on where you put the picture. Not only will you see what motivates you and why you're working so hard, but on top of that, you see the biggest mistakes that you make. So you're reminded every single time that you're about to take a position, is this a step forward or is this something that's going to hold me back? Very simple. So if you cannot, we have so many people within Learn, Plan, Profit and with Tech Hub Solutions that are doing so well. But we have few people that understand that they are making mistakes, but are not willing to change, that are not willing to change those habits. They're just habits. They're bad habits. And trust me, we've all been there. I think with the simple motivation and this type of catalyst, that visually being able to see every single day, every single morning, what drives you and what motivates you, it's going to allow you to really manifest your overall future and your destiny, what you plan to work so hard for. So for myself, just so I could try to lead by example, a lot of you guys think that I'm really motivated, and this isn't my only goal, right? But you guys know, I share kind of my life on social media. You guys know my house. I just bought a new house. You guys know my cars, right? But that's not really what motivates me. My house was something that really drove me and really instilled a lot of drive in me within the past couple of months, but not really. Something that I've been getting so much more reward from is this idea that I've had in mind of being able to actually invest in not just real estate, right? But in a housing program where I can develop properties myself. The idea is I live right next to the ASU Polytechnic campus, and I want to buy property, so just flat land. I want to build the properties myself and to be able to have a specific type of housing for not just entrepreneurs, but for people that are actually taking action in their desired niche and field. That's my next step forward. We already, my other step that we had in the series of things that we were working towards were, buying more traditional, investment properties and stuff like that. And that's fine. And we'll continue to do that. Investing more in cars and being able to buy them and sell them for a profit. Again, we'll continue to do that. Invest in the stock market, obviously. And then when it comes down to the software development side of being able to create applications for our members, we're already doing that. So we already got the ball rolling. The next step for me is to start getting the ball rolling with these type of incubator based homes. So not just college students, but people that are really trying to surround themselves with people that are actually already doing well. So it's not just members that are part of a community or anything like that, or that want to learn more about a market, but it's just surrounding yourself with people that are already excelling in that market. And these houses are not going to be like apartments or anything like that. My plan is to have them as actual modern homes in this little village, and each village within this overall neighborhood is going to have a series of sections, and a section for dropshipping, a section for investing in the stock market, a section for crypto. Again, just fully obsessing yourself around people that do the same thing within your market and continue to motivate, similar to what we have going on here at the Tech Buds house, but now for every single niche that's out there. That's what really drives me every single morning to get up, and something that I'm working towards every single day. And I will keep you guys up to date with what the process is. The first step is to first visualize it, and then the next step is to start taking action, and little by little. We already have an idea in mind of who one of our investors is going to be. Now we just need to sit down, talk to them, see if they're willing to invest in helping us buy the land, and then start the construction on the new homes. But that's really just it. And I will list I already have the Learn, Plan, Profit criteria checklist, and that usually lists the different things, the biggest mistakes that I normally make. So again, I wanted to lead by example on what it is that drives me and motivates me so much. And again, this video can be absolutely nothing at all, right? If you guys are taking like, well, what the heck? He didn't give me any tips on actually how to be successful, right? You're right. There's nothing that I told you that is going to be like, wow, this is going to change my life. But it's a small little action that you can take of printing out a picture of what motivates you. If it's your family, if it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, if it's, your parents, a monetary or materialistic thing, putting it next to you every single time that you trade and reminding yourself every single day that this is what I'm working so hard for, that this is why I wake up so early, that this is why I work twice, 3 times, 4 times as hard as the average person. It's because of this individual, this person, or this idea. So that's really just it. So thank you guys again so much for your time. I really hope that some of you can at least take action and just try it out. What's the worst thing that can happen? That it doesn't work? The reason that you're watching this video is either maybe you want to be a little bit more self-sufficient, a little bit more refined, or you really are struggling to getting the ball rolling. And I really think that, again, just testing out and trying out these new things can be a positive catalyst for your success. So really do appreciate your guys' time. All the links are down below. And that's really just it. If you guys have any ideas or anything that you guys would like me to continue to make, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. And if you guys want to learn a little bit more about what it is that we do on the day-to-day basis, be sure to click that link down below. We are still running that Learn Plan Profit sale for veterans. So happy veterans. Today's Veterans Day observes just because it's the Monday, right? Again, the link is down below, and that's really just it. So that's that first link in the description, $50 off the Learn Plan Profit lesson library if you guys want to stay connected. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I did this little live video that showed that I was up a little bit over $600 on one of my positions today. Feel free to check it out. You can kind of get a sneak peek of what the Learn Plan Profit group gets to experience every single day. And again, let's work towards our goal. Make sure that we continue to lock in profits. And one of the best trades that you can take is not taking one at all, especially when you don't see value in it, right? All right, guys, take it easy, team. Hopefully I earned you guys' thumbs up and subscription. Take it easy.